Hello again, chaps and chapettes. How are we all doing? It is lovely to see you all again. As always, let me ask you this, my friends. Can you think of anything better than watching the BBC? I'm talking the whole corporation of the BBC. On its knees, begging, clamouring, and clawing at people, trying to get them back to watching their shite television programmes. I can't think of anything better. If I sat here long and hard enough, of course I'd come up with something better, but for the purpose of this video, I can't think of a more pleasing sight. They are hemorrhaging money, viewerships are down, people paying the TV licenses down, they are imploding in a spectacular fashion, and I'm enjoying every second of it, and I do hope it does indeed continue. This newspaper article, guys, that I came across in the Telegraph states that the BBC are doing everything they can in their power to beg and claw at reform voters to come back to the BBC and watch their fucking trash. They could helicopter drop me in the middle of the Playboy mansion into a jacuzzi filled with baby oil, filled with Playboy bunnies, keep me there for an entire weekend free of charge, and I still wouldn't go anywhere near the BBC, and certainly wouldn't start paying for my TV licence ever again. So, this said newspaper article, guys, let's just quickly breeze through it, shall we? BBC bosses are holding talks on how to win over reform voting viewers amid fears their views are underrepresented by the broadcaster. When did they come to this fucking epiphany? And why is it taking them so long? This has been happening for years. It became a lot more prevalent once Brexit was voted for, and the BBC hated the fact that we voted to get out of the EU, and they made it their fucking number one mission to make sure the public knew exactly what they thought about it. They're supposed to be impartial. They didn't want to leave or want to stay either way. The BBC should be teetering right in the middle, but of course it wasn't. It was captured by the left wing guests, left wing commentators, the whole shebang. It was an absolute shit show. I'm surprised. I'm sure even, excuse me, you guys remember what I'm talking about. Senior executives include Director General Tim Davie and Chairman Samir Sahar have discussed plans to overhaul the BBC news and drama output to tackle low trust issues among reform voters. Why do you have low trust issues in the first place? Because you report on fabricated bullshit simply to fit your backwards, lunatic, drooling left-wing narratives. That's why. At a meeting of the corporation's editorial guidelines and standards committee in March, Deborah Turnus, BBC News boss, gave a presentation on how to ensure the views of reform voters were being given enough airtime. Changes under consideration include altering which news stories the broadcast covers, as well as a potential change in how it commissions other forms of programming, including drama. The committee, which counts former GB News advisor Sir Robbie Gibb as a member, also discussed the importance of local BBC teams. The BBC is understood to be keen to ensure it represents all audiences and their concerns, suggesting the broadcaster may look to boost its coverage of issues such as immigration. Yeah, like in a month of Sundays, that is going to happen. And do you know why? Because of people like Emily Maitlis over on the news agents, who tried to snipe at Rupert Law, unsuccessfully by the way, during his interview over there, calling him a racist at every given opportunity. Utterly pathetic. The BBC is infested with these kinds of people. No matter what plan they put into place, no matter what programming they pump out, I do believe people will not be returning to the BBC. They have switched off. They are sick to death of seeing things like Question Time, for example, with the panellists full of lunatic leftists and probably one token right-winger. Well, centre-right-ish. Audiences within these shows full of lefties, full of lunatics, full of drool everywhere. Hardly any kind of reform voter or right-winger in the entire audience. The splurge, the bullshit questions keep coming and coming. People are sick of it. People have given the BBC chance after chance after chance post Brexit. It's like being in some kind of toxic relationship. You're arguing every day. You hate each other's guts. You keep giving it an extra try, give it another chance, until eventually you both amicably admit that it's not going anywhere. You break up, you go your separate ways, and you never see each other ever again. Much can be the same with the BBC and the public. A lot of people have booted that abusive spouse out of their life, and they don't want to go back. Dead Man Walking, guys. The BBC, the whole corporation, is infested with leftists. There's no way back, I don't think. They are finished. They can either go to an advertisement like Channel 4 and ITV, or they can go to some kind of subscription service such as Netflix or Amazon Prime, that kind of a thing. Because the BBC licence fee is finished. It's archaic. It shouldn't be written into law that you have to pay for something that you simply have no interest in watching. It's as simple as that. That's my video, guys. Thanks a lot for watching as always. Do let me know what you think in the comments. Could the BBC do anything at all to entice you to go back and start watching their shite programmes? Do let me know what you think, and I'll see you in a bit. Cheers.